Now, there is a shortage of tomatoes in markets in Kumasi as importers and transporters of the commodity strike. The importers are protesting highway robbery attacks on the Kumasi-Bolgatanga Burkina Faso route. As all vehicles are grounded, access to tomatoes in the retail market is becoming a tedious task for traders. Nanaya Ojima has been speaking to retailers of tomatoes at the Supreme Court and filed this report.
In recent times, importers and transporters of tomatoes have come under highway attacks. Some have been killed and others maimed while traveling to neighboring Burkina Faso to import tomatoes. In the past 1 month alone, 2 people have died and 8 others injured in robbery attacks on the highway. To draw attention to their security concerns, the Tomato Importers and Transporters Association embarked on an industrial action last Friday. Emmanuel Oseitufo is leader of the group.
We are going to park our vehicles. There won't be any tomato coming from Burkina Faso to this country. It's only the military escort can save our lives. If not, we are not going.
Before the recent action, retailers were recording challenges in accessing tomatoes due to reduced importation for fear of armed robbery attacks. Tomato retailers have had to adjust their prices to make up for the price hikes.
We had to track down a vehicle from Burkina at midnight before we were able to secure some tomatoes to retail. If they go on strike, it will affect our business, but they have to do so because their lives are at risk.
We used to sell a pile at 5 cedis. Now it's going for 10 cedis, and our customers are not buying because it's expensive. They are getting rotten.
60 and 50.
If they go on strike, we will go hungry, but they can't risk their lives. Their wives and children will not allow them to travel on the route and die.
From Kumasi for JoyNews, Nanaya Ojima reporting.
So, pretty disturbing situation, but meanwhile, police in the Upper East region say they have extended an invitation to tomato traders to enable them to discuss security measures for the traders who travel between Ghana and Burkina Faso to purchase tomatoes. ASP David Frank Ochery speaks for the police there.
It came to us as a surprise, and we have taken a serious notice of that, and we are doing everything possible to ensure this incident do not occur.
What exactly happened? We have heard from some of the traders themselves that 2 drivers were attacked, and I think one of them was killed, or is it 2 of them that were killed? Can you elaborate on it?
Yes, what happened is that the police patrol from the regional headquarters are on the routes, and there is one also from the Tongo District Police Command. That section of the route falls under the command of the Tongo District Police Command. So they were on patrols, 24-hour patrol on that section of the route. In fact, at the section where this motor attack was made on this tomato traders, police had just left the scene towards the Tongo Township direction, where they received a call from an unknown caller that some draft truck had been attacked, loaded with a wooden tomato, wooden crate. That's the information we had, wooden crates. It was not specified whether it was a tomato crate or something, a wooden crate on net, and that they needed police attention. Police abandoned wherever they were going and returned back to the scene. When they got there, unfortunately, the alleged robbers had fled, leaving two DAF trucks, one articulated truck loaded with cement, and the other, as I said, with a wooden truck.
So the Ghana Police Service there reacting to this matter. But let's go over the phone lines now. Eric Osei-Tufo is chairman of the Ghana National Tomato Traders and Transporters Association. He joins the conversation now. Mr. Tufo, thank you very much for joining the conversation. Now, having listened to what the Ghana Police Service has been saying, is that any reassurance for you and your members?
About 3 days ago, that we heard that IGP, Inspector General of Police, has deployed armed policemen to the two northern regions that they have been robbing us. But it's very good. The step that he has taken is good. But we need police escort from Kumasi to Pagaboda, because the robbers have been moving from a point to a point. Just 3 days ago, they robbed one of our vehicles in between Kentampo and Bope. In between Kentampo and Bope, meaning immediately they heard that IGP has deployed armed policemen to the two northern regions. They've shifted to Ebono East also. So far as we started our journey from Kumasi, I am appealing to IGP to give us police escort from Kumasi and Waga Jansen to Pagaboda. I think that will solve our problem for us.
Mr. Tufo, if you consider the constraints when it comes to the police per citizen ratio in our country, there's a wide gap in there. And if you consider the fact that, I mean, even recently, one of these assistants in an ambulance, a driver, was affected, shot dead. And there's been a call for police people to be in these ambulances, especially when they're working at night. I'm just drawing that analogy because if all of you start asking for police escorts and all of that at different points, don't you think that would be a bit difficult? Is it a practical solution?
Well, we normally move in a convoy, and we've decided to move in a convoy anytime that the police will agree to escort us to our final destination, meaning at Paga border. We will gather our transporters, and then immediately we finish gathering ourselves, we call the escort. Some will be leading us, others will be on middle of the convoy, and then others will be at the last end of the convoy. I think that will help us, because they are now, though IGP has deployed armed policemen to the two northern regions, but still, even just 3 days ago, and then yesterday, they robbed another car. Early hours of yesterday, they robbed another car within Kentampo and then Bope. So I think what will solve our problem for us is to give us a police escort from Kumasi to Pagaboda.
Before we come back to the realities of, using a police escort, this convoy system you speak of, is it a practice you've had, or is it something that you are now proposing? Because I'm thinking if you've had it in the past, there could have been benefits in terms of, averting any such attacks. Is it a new proposal you're coming forward with now?
Yeah, we were having that escort, but they stopped it. Last year, we didn't have it. They will collect the money. When my people get to their end, they will pay some tokens to them. But when they lead them to, even it will go about 20 miles, they will just leave them, and then they will go on their own.
Well, just for the sake of clarity, Mr. Tufor, when you say they will, are you referring to the police?
Yes. So you were asking me that they were doing it previously for us.
Mm. Right.
And then with this time that you were demanding, they were doing it, but it was not properly done.
Is that to suggest, you're saying it wasn't properly done? What was not properly done about it? You've just mentioned, the fact that they would drop off not too long after.
What I was saying is that we have a long way to go.
Okay.
Assuming they started escorting us from Kintampo, the better way is for them to lead us to our final destination. You can't just send them to maybe Tamale and then you leave them. Because the robbers too, they have their own plan. Today they will know that the escort ends here. Immediately they end, they will move ahead of us. And then that place will be attacked.
A bit more clarity, Mr. Tufor. So in effect, did you have to pay for this service, by the Ghana Police Service? Did you have to pay for it?
I did not hear you.
I am asking, this service that the Ghana Police Service offered you in the past, did you have to pay for it?
Yeah.
You had to pay for it?
They were paying 10 cedi per truck.
Okay. So now that you're calling for this sort of convoy system, what has been your engagement with the Ghana Police Service thus far?
We are waiting for the IGP to call us because I have petitioned him. My contact number is with him.
Right.
So once I'm calling for police escort, I think he will call the leadership of the association. Then we will sit down. We are fully prepared to support whatever escort they will give us for us to be safe.
Is there a timeline you have within which maybe if you do not hear from the Inspector General of Police, you are going to reinitiate contact to push this conversation further? Do you have any timelines as an association?
Oh, we just started about 3 days ago. And then from 3 days ago, we have been hearing response. Even today, Bono East Regional Police Commander spoke to me. And he has planned to give us escort within his region. So it seems gradually the response are yielding positive.
On a national... Do go ahead, Mr. Tufor.
If it continues like this and it meets our satisfaction, I think we can call off the strike.
Right. So if it meets your satisfaction and if it does not, does that mean you're going to maintain the strike? For how long?
First of all, we must think of Ghanaians because Ghana needs tomato. When you talk of consumption, Ghana, we are number 1 in Africa, and then we are number 2 in the world. So if we take strike action beyond even a week, there will be a disaster. So as we have been receiving response from our appropriate authorities, maybe it won't keep long. And when we call off the strike, I will call for media and then lay message to the whole country.
Based on that very final point you make with regard to that disaster that could occur if you went on strike for even a week, and looking at the high cost of tomatoes, in the last few days, don't you think those are enough reasons for you to call off the strike, even as you engage the proper authorities, the Ghana Police Service and others, to avert any attacks in the future, looking at the toll it's taking on the market?
Oh, for that one, we just started 3 days ago.
But already the impact is being felt. The prices have shot up. People are complaining. And in fact, members of your association are not getting the sort of, market they would want because people are not patronizing their wares.
People have been complaining about a shortage of tomato. Are you telling me that people have been complaining about
the prices have skyrocketed. People are already feeling the pinch when they go to market.
And the prices have shoot up.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. It won't keep long. It won't keep long. Even I'll have a meeting with the traders and transporters around 1 o'clock, and we will take a decision.
So to wrap the conversation, Mr. Tufuor, what is going to be the immediate step or steps that your association is going to take? Maybe today, on the morrow, or maybe this week? What is going to be the very next step that you take, apart from the petition to the
For
IGP?
that one, the outcome of the meeting will let me know what I will give it to Ghanaians.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Tufuor. Eric Osei Tufuor is actually chairman, Ghana National Tomato Traders and Transporters Association. Let's cross over now and interact with our correspondent, Rafiq Salam, all the way in Wa. Find out what the situation is like there. Rafiq, a very good morning to you. Thank you for joining us. Now, what can you report as far as this shortage, this hike in the prices of tomatoes is concerned? How is it affecting, the members of that community?
Yeah, I've spoken to lots of the market women here, and they are telling me that some few days ago, they used to buy a box of tomato at 50 Ghana cedis, but now they are buying it at 60 Ghana cedis. And so a few weeks ago, they were having lots of tomatoes, and even they suspected they could have gotten a glut here. But as we speak to you now, they are saying that, yes, there's amount in the market, but it's not enough for the people here.
So based on this shortage that we're witnessing, basically, apart from the traders themselves, I want to assume the traders are suffering some shortfall in terms of sales, and the people, who manage eateries and the rest would also be feeling the pinch. What else have they been sharing with you?
Yesterday was a War Market Day, and so many people have come from the other communities to the War Market and tried to get these tomatoes. But when they came, a lot of them were really disappointed. And so even today is not War Market Day, and there's some tomato in the market here, and they are waiting for people to buy. But I'm saying that, yes, the sky somehow has now been increased from like a box of tomato from 50 Ghana cedis to now 60 Ghana cedis. And so they're waiting for people to buy. But they're saying that, yes, the absence or the lack of the inadequacy of this product is really affecting their businesses because that's what they depend, that's their livelihood, and that's what they are expected to sell to take care of their families.
Well, very interesting, development there, especially I'm just wondering how it will impact, production up north coming down south, and of course, maybe even importation from Burkina Faso. But let's find out, Rafiq, from some of those market women who sell the commodity, if we can engage some of them to find out what their thoughts are about this situation. Rafiq Salam.
I'll get to speak to them about the tomato, and many of them will not like to speak to me because they thought that we are talking about nose mask. And I told them that it's not about nose mask, but we are talking about tomatoes today. And so right now, you can, let me take you to, so you see a video of this woman who this time around who is busily doing the selling tomato.
So we're trying to get the images there of some of the market women. Unfortunately, the thinking, as Rafiq Salam shares, is that we're checking on their masks. Okay, so you can see in your shot.
You can see the woman who's selling. Okay, so madam, okay, how long have you been selling tomato at the market? The time you are willing to come to computer. So, sang ampara, the man called Combie, among what Diara, young kind of woman, Pampana baby. Pampana baby, but I'm not a drug. Muga Jaman, what I could combine the Chivoka, Jamada where the about to combi. Dara ada bechibo.
Ale da ba wa. Agia mai foreign. Waga ba man se waga mun ko ga ta.
Ben essentially telling me that there are some 3 days ago there were no tomatoes in the market because most of the goods they expected their goods to come from Burkina Faso and because of that they are not able to get them into the country, and so because of that there was shortage of tomatoes here and it really affected their business.
Well, some rather troubling, developments. We're just hoping that this will actually be wrapped up soon, so all those in that market and all of us, of course, we consume tomatoes in different ways, will no longer feel the pinch of this. We shall find out whether we can get some of our other correspondents to interact with on this matter. But barring that, we shall follow this story and find out what exactly happens from Mr. Tufor's end, as well as the Ghana Police Services end.